What is up, guys? It is Banshee here, back again with another video. Today's gonna be a bit different. We're actually gonna be doing a story time. Hope you guys are having a good day. I know that this is a little random. I just kind of wanted to try something new. If you guys like it, tell me. I'll try to do more. Maybe my channel will become like a gameplay story time. But it's gonna be a story about a girl in my class who literally went insane. Not like went insane, but like she was kind of just like one of those girls, you know, that like was the one that if she got a question wrong, she would flip out. So I think I was in 3rd grade at the time, because right now it's like coronavirus stuff. I'm in 5th grade going into 6th, but I was in like 3rd grade. We'll call her, I guess, Jennifer. That's not a real name. And my 3rd grade class, we were doing like a knowledge bowl. If you guys don't know what that is, knowledge bowl is basically like a thing where like your teacher calls on you, like, or your group of people, depending on how you're playing, and basically she'll keep track of score, but she'll call on you, and then you have like science, math, whatever you want in there. It can be with your friends and different subjects and stuff. I don't know. But you can do it with anything. But, basically, if you get the question right, depending on how hard the question is, you get a certain amount of points. But basically, they call on you and I say science. So they'll pick a question, say it's like 2 points. All the other teams have to write down their answer and then show it. And the way that we played it is, depending on how many people got it, it lowered or made the points higher. So basically, she called on this girl who was on my team. So basically, like, we would move our desks together for the teams, and it was a team of 4. It was one of my friends. I'm not gonna say their names just for privacy purposes. One of my friends, and one of the other girl's friends. We'll call her Daisy. So Daisy and Jennifer were sitting there side by side, and me and my other friend were sitting there talking. Jennifer looks at us, and says, "Quit talking or you're gonna get our points down." And I look over at her, I'm like, okay, Miss Insano, calm down. And she literally stands up and says, "What did you just say to me?" And I'm like, okay, sorry. You can sit back down and chill out. And she says, "No, I will not have you call me Miss Insano." And the teacher looks over and is like, "Is there a problem?" And she says, "No, sorry." And then just sits back down. So Jennifer and Daisy start whispering in each other's ears. I can kind of hear what they're saying, but all of what I can make out was lower and points. So I guess because there's individual points too for each like person in your team, so I guess they wanted to try to lower our points and get their points higher by telling us the wrong answer, but then them getting the right answer. So basically, I kind of overheard what they were saying and told my friend. So whenever the teacher calls on her, she, of course, gets the question right and tells us that it's the wrong answer. And then actually does the right answer on her own board. But the 3rd time that she does this, we start to catch on, because then I finally start to realize what she's actually trying to do. But after this, I go ahead and I say, "Here, I know the answer to," because she was a very, very smart person. But I try to sabotage her and say, "I know the answer to 11 times 2. And I say 22. She obviously knows that it's right. And then she goes, no, it's 21. So that's what she actually puts down, because she was terrible at multiplying with 11s. Oh no, because I would sit with her and she would look over at my paper and say, "Oh, that's wrong. Look at my paper." But basically, she gets it wrong. She flips out, opens her desk, takes an expo marker, goes up to the board, and just scribbles out all the points. So after that, she goes back to her desk and starts, well, breaking down crying. Then the teacher tells her to step out of the room for a minute, and then she can join back in whenever she's ready. She does that. Her friend Daisy says, I don't know what's wrong with her today. And I'm like, well, she's always like this, so, you know if you sat by her. She's like, yeah, I know. I need to tell her to stop doing that. So basically, whenever she comes back in, the teacher asks us a couple more questions. We all get them right, and it's all fun and dandy and stuff. Then one of the kids on the other teams, we'll call him Cordero. So Cordero stands up and says, I'm done with this. And then he just, kind of just sits back down and doesn't do it anymore. Which, that's fine. That's one person off of another team eliminated. There's 3 teams. So, there's a team of 4, which is ours, a team of 5, because we had the most uneven team, a team of 5, and then there was another team of 5. So now one of them was down to 4. We both had 4 players, and then there was a 5 team. They were leading. We were in second. There were the other people that had their player quit were in third. So, basically, I said, hey, since this smart girl is kind of being a jerk to us, I want to sabotage our points a little bit. He says, okay, let's do it. So, that's what we end up doing. We get our points down 5. The other teams are up by 15 or something. And she says, alright guys, we need to take up our game. I'm going to do all of the answers, okay? And I'm like, okay. And a really kind of, okay, no need to boss me around. She says, don't get an attitude with me. I'm like, you're not my mom. She's like, well, right now I am. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that is incorrect. And she literally stands up and she yells at me, you wanna smart talk me like that? I will show you. You will regret what you just said. And then she literally just stands up and stares at me for a second. Sits back down, takes a little breather. She's flipped out 3 or 4 times now. Now, up comes the big flip out. So basically, a few rounds later after some casual ones, she stands up after getting one wrong, literally opens the desk, puts half of her body inside, and literally just tries to start hitting the desk on her. She literally tries to close the desk from inside of her. Then after she gets out, she takes a pencil and she just snaps it. And she looks at me and says, it's all your fault. And then just rushes out of the room into the pod, just crying. She comes back in, she puts her head on her desk, slams it against it, and then just not slammed her head against it, but she had her arms with it. So she put her head down and started crying. The teacher said, what is wrong? What did you guys do to her? She said, well, she flipped out because we got the wrong answer. And the teacher's like, oh God, really? Again? Because this has happened before. I may have to tell you guys about it in another story if you guys like these. But basically, she just flips out. The rest of the day goes pretty well, to be honest. She used to go to the principal's office for disrupting a class and all that. But it was perfectly fine after that. She switched schools the next grade. All fine and dandy now. Okay. So, a little bit later in the school year, it keeps happening and stuff. More big flip outs and stuff, in case you guys weren't wondering. But, yeah, that was basically the story time. Leave a like if you like these story times, and subscribe if you want more gameplays and all that stuff. Comment what you guys want to see, because I want to know. Because I don't know what I want to do with my channel right now. I'm thinking about doing a cooking thing. I don't know. More story times, because I've been watching a lot of Scrubby. Thanks to him. Go subscribe to him if you haven't. I don't know him in real life. He's just an amazing YouTuber. Go subscribe to him. He's awesome. He has 3 channels. But he does story times. I kind of got this from him. The story wasn't from him. It's from me. But, yeah. Alrighty guys, I guess I'll see you in the next video, gameplay, story time, whatever you guys want it to be. Well, not whatever you guys want, but, you know, we could figure it out. Alrighty guys,